This is the Big O Show. This is the Big O Show.
Finn rule. Are we only keeping 2 QBs? Okay, let me address that right now, right? Let's have a little fun. Let's talk about what's going on at quarterback. We did some homework and had to find out about that. Now, do I know exactly what they're going to do? No, I don't. So this is I can tell you that Aaron Brewer is going to play. I can tell you that Odell for sure is going to. I can tell you Odell's running like the wind. I can't tell you what I know, but I can tell you he's running like the wind, right? I've said running like the wind. That's the quote. Go back, look at it for the last couple of weeks. When I say it, I tell you running like the wind, right? Right? Flores is running roughshod through the building, right? Okay. So I'm pretty consistent. I just kind of keep it and I throw it out there, and then you guys can do whatever you want with it, right? So on this one, here's my guess. You have this this is your free agents. Tannehill, Hoyer, Gabbert is kind of in this system. He's one of those guys, okay? That's the only guy there. Barkley, Nathan Peterman, Ben DiNucci, that's the shit that's available. Okay, so I'm thinking both guys are mediocre. Hey, this guy's just as good as the other guy, not by much. Why are we going to pay this guy the $3 million? Let's cut him, and then he won't have a job. We'll bring him back for less money. That's what I'm thinking is going to happen with Mike White. So that way he comes back, he makes less money, but he makes some money and he has a job. So he'll get cut, he'll clear, and then his agent will see if there's anything out there. And if there's nothing, then they come back to Miami and they sign, because I don't think maybe Blaine Gabbert, only because, and he's terrible, but he has played in this kind of a system. He played in San Francisco for a while. He does play in this kind of system. I will tell you that. Okay. So and coach talked about that. It doesn't have to be a young player, and it could be a veteran player, and vice versa, and all that. And he talked up, Skyler and all that. But I kind of get the feeling that this is just a low-hanging fruit thing. And it's not, Skyler isn't anything. He played a half, and by the end of the half, he threw an interception. He's not ever going to be Mr. Consistency. They're going to draft another kid in the next year somewhere. 4th, 5th, 6th, 7th round, street free agent, guaranteed. There'll be some kind of an investment in an arm next year to start grooming for the next couple of years, like you did with Skyler. You take a late round pick and you take a flyer on somebody that has some ability, and then you say, okay, let's see if we can, kind of mold this. And you control him for another year anyway. So it's, why are we going to keep Mike White when he's really, if Tua goes down, as I've said this over and over again, the season's over. The season's over. Miami isn't the team of the 70s. We don't have the steel curtain. We're not playing with the Bucks of the early 2000s or the Ravens or the Broncos of 2015 or 16 with Peyton Manning, when he can only throw 10 yards. But that team had an offensive line, a running game, and one massive defense. This team is not that dominant that any slappy can just run it and you'll win games. That's not what this team needs. Tua. It needs an elite quarterback in order to run everything. And you're not going to get one as a backup. Nobody has it. So we got to kind of walk down off that ledge already and relax. You know what I'm saying? And just kind of let it go. It is what it is. This team never had a starter. You people all of a sudden want to also have a competent number two. You want to have, I'm sorry, being an old head, you want to have another Don Strock or Earl Morrall? Yes, so do I. you know. But we had our time when we had our Don Strock and our Earl Morrall. It's hard to have a stud and then, a stud backup. So right now, hey, we've overcome the stank of a quarter century since Marino of not having a real quarterback. We got a real quarterback right now. That's, let's be happy with that. Let's be extremely happy that we've got one of the 10 best passers in the NFL. I think he's one of the 3 best passers in the NFL, but that's just me. But easily one of the 10 best passers in the NFL. So just relax. We got ourselves a starter, okay? Eventually they'll figure out the backup shit and all, and it takes time to kind of build a roster and do what you want to do. You know what I'm saying? So it's just, chill out. So I think Mike White might come back at a cheaper price. And if I had to take a stab at a veteran that's available, believe it or not, it would be Blaine Gabbert. I'm trying not to look at you and say Blaine Gabbert. I have too much respect for you to say the name Blaine Gabbert. Okay? There we go. It's too much respect for you.